The stagnancy of normal life has found me. The slow, steady rhythm lulls me to sleep. Not a good sleep, not a deep sleep, a mind-numbing, restless nap, devoid of emotion, clarity, and strength. The river cuts away at the rocks and sand. Day after day, she cuts away, leaving no room for change of direction, permanenting herself into disorienting comfort. Here I am, allowing the same for myself. Is there another option? Yes, but I don't know what it is, and I definitely don't care to look for it. From what I needed this rest, I don't know, but here I'll sit. Or at least, that's how it was until he called me. He tells me to look his way. When I do, he turns down a pathway, beckoning me to follow. How long has his path been here? I wondered. I guess I didn't pay much attention to my surroundings in the river. Didn't notice as many details. Confused, I started to hike after him. Why am I doing this? I thought. Curiosity got the better of me as I scurried after him. His confidence was contagious. His way seemed right. I yelled, "I'm in! I'm ready! Wherever you're taking me has to be better than..." My voice trailed off. He didn't even stop to hear me. He only quickened his pace. The path steepened to a climb. For hours we went without a word. Eventually my muscles became sore, and as my fingers started to slip, I was ready to turn around. The mystery of the whole situation hadn't paid off. Who was this guy anyways? "Come on, don't quit," he spoke at last. But how did he know I wanted to quit? He never even turned around. My thoughts dwelled on the river, but his swiftness fueled me onward, without ceasing. My lungs burned from the altitude, my throat sore from thirst. At last, we reached something I never considered to be possible from my life in the river. I'd seen the sun before. It was miserably hot, always in my eyes and burning my skin. But this was different. Maybe I had seen it like this before. Maybe before the river, as a kid. I never tried to remember until now. Here, the sun, burning itself into my memory. Mostly just from the beauty of it. As I come to my senses from the shock of it, I noticed what it was doing to its surroundings. Clouds draped in pink covered the skyline. The sky was bright red, then orange, then yellow. Further up in the sky it was purplish. And behind me the sky faded into blue, almost like nighttime. The plush green foliage around me was illuminated by the golden glow. And the mountains in between me and the sun were deep blue, fading from one range to another. The mountains. The other smaller mountains. Suddenly, I realized how high we were. The guide must have recognized my wonder and confusion. He spoke again. "You know it does this every day, right? It's normal. You just never try to look for it." Time passed and I learned more about my surroundings, my life, my mind. I could think more. I enjoyed conversation. My mind could create again. I felt peace like never before. The clear air had truly renewed my mind. But what shook me was that the guide called this normal. How could anything this good and perfect be found in normal life? A lifetime had passed, or maybe it was an hour and a half. Time worked differently on the mountain. "We need to go down." He nearly whispered it when he said it. "I know, but..." My voice caught. "Let's just go." He had already started down. I knew I had to go, but who would ever want to leave this life? The trek down was easier. Gravity took the weight off and carried us to the base of the mountain. I was excited to apply what I had learned. I was excited to think, to create, and to enjoy the life I had previously fallen asleep to. However, the sun was hot overhead, the air thick with humidity. The grass grew too tall and made my ankles itch. My friends and family couldn't understand my discomfort. They were tied to this place because they had never seen the view. My creativity was spent, my memories enslaved to what once was, and worst of all, my thoughts dwelled on the river again, cool to the touch, winding and bending and cutting its way deeper and deeper into my head, lulling me into an emotionless numbness. And as I became ready for it to pull me into its depths, I looked back into the pathway hoping to see my guide. Instead, a sign had been planted. Warning to all who enter. The life you live will be left at the foot of this mountain, but the beauty you find does not have to be left at its peak. At the moment of descent, a tedious life may await you, but there is hope. Rain comes down the hills of this mountain and fills the rivers and the lakes. Deer drink from them. Trees sprout from their banks, which give dwelling places to the birds and shade from the blistering sun. Where there is no view, beauty remains. Look closely. The air may not be clear. Breathe deeply. Surely these were his words. Either way, it was right, and the realization had pulled me away from the riverbank. I let my desires for what once was cloud my vision of what is and what could be. I know what I need to do. Remember the numbness of the river. Remember the fulfillment of the view, and press on to find the beauty of the valley. I have everything I need. I just have to remove the clouded thoughts. Knowing what I was and knowing what I can be might lead me once again to the summit.